Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you.
This week we discuss mobile games and Valve being ahead of its time on Boss Battle. Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 103, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together and talk about video games. I'm your host, Bobby F. J-Town, but before we get to the meaty part of this hot pocket of a podcast, let's find out what everybody's achieved this week. Chachi, how about you? What did you achieve this week?
I played 9 hours of Bubble Bobble.
9 hours of Bubble Bobble?
9 hours of Bubble Bobble.
Oh my
What
god,
is
did you
wrong
beat
with
it?
you?
I had no idea I played that much. First off, Sorg, forget you, because Bubble Bobble is awesome.
Wait, what did I say about Bubble Bobble?
You said how could you play 9 hours of Bubble Bobble?
Oh, okay. How can you play 9 hours of like almost anything from that era? Is my
Please
kind of
let
question.
us know.
How did that go?
No, it wasn't in a row. It was spread out over the past.
In a row?
But
Did Raptor keep track of that for you?
yes, it did. That's how
It
I
did.
do.
Wow.
Well, it was on. I bought Bubble Bobble Neo for Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to unlock the achievements. But yeah, 9 hours. So, that's a thing that happened. Have no idea how I pulled that off. Although last week I did try to beat the game before the show started, so maybe that was it. But yeah, 9 hours of that. I played that in Jeopardy. Those are the only things I played last week.
Wow.
And the games that I reviewed, obviously. So, that's it.
Rizz, what did you achieve this week?
Sir, I call bullshit. Because that is not the only thing you've played.
What did I play? I played Destiny. Yeah, there's a game I never thought I'd get hooked on.
Oh my!
I want to.
If you want, yeah, if you want my full review on Destiny, go to InsertCoinToBegin.com on Wednesday. I will have a nice little review, a nice little write-up of the beta of Destiny.
Is the beta still open or is it closed?
No, it closed on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Closed on Saturday.
And it made me sad.
No, it closed on Sunday.
Sunday.
So I take it you guys will probably be purchasing Destiny, even though you guys said you probably wouldn't?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The game is amazing. I don't like space adventures. It's not my cup of tea normally. But I had a lot of fun.
Like, I told Chachi that made him get hooked on this game that I probably spent the majority of the game not doing any missions.
Yeah.
And just going around dancing.
Were there wizards on the moon still?
I don't know.
There
Never got that far.
The moon levels were locked.
Yeah, you can't.
So who knows where those wizards came from?
Wow.
But yeah, it was like I'm pretty sure that it was Halo mixed with like DDR or something, Just Dance. I think that's how this game came about. The guys made the game so they could make a dancing game, but they want to make a dancing game.
Yes, that's pretty much it. I was going to say, this seems like the mix between Halo, Borderlands, and some sort of Mass Effect.
Nice. And Just Dance.
And it just and Just Dance.
Wow.
It is your destiny to dance.
It is.
That is all I played this week, by the way.
All right. Sorg, what did you achieve this week?
I achieved playing an arcade game in the middle of the woods.
What arcade game was that, Sorg, and where was that?
It was Carnival, and they had an arcade set up with pimp lights and some music blaring in the middle of the woods that I came across at 3 a.m. at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Wow.
Sorg, did it have anything to do with buttholes?
Did not have anything to do with buttholes. That's a whole other conversation.
That
But
was
my gun did not
Sorg's-
work, and Dutters killed everything with hers.
That was Sorg's destiny
And
this week.
yeah, that was my destiny.
That was your
apparently.
destiny this week.
But it was pretty cool that they had something like that set up. They had a pretty cool, I don't know if it was a MAME, it had a bunch of old school games on it. It looked like it might have been an emulator kind of thing. And they did have like, it was like a pimped out arcade cabinet. And they had a few other, like they had like, cool stuff like Cruising USA. And I was sad that the Operation Wolf didn't work. A lot of gun games, Time Crisis 1, for instance. It was kind of cool to be like, yeah, here's some video games here in the woods. There you go. And they're all free play. So can't really complain, if something didn't work too well. So yeah, and that's about it.
I didn't really achieve anything this week. I played a little bit of Avengers Alliance, and I played some Peggle 2. Other than that, it was a really slow week for me. I downloaded Origin finally, and I did take advantage of the Sims 2. It was free. So if you took advantage of that, thanks to Brother Sorg, I took advantage of it. And speaking of Brother Sorg, he played a lot of Shadow Warrior, and he probably used a sword most of the time. So satisfying chopping demons into pieces. And he got better at DJ Hero after picking it up last week on the show. Saying about it for $5, I believe. And this chat moved. And he said he was using the controls wrong, and he played a lot of Destiny Beta, and he absolutely loved it. And
yeah, he played with me. He jumped on while I was in the middle of a mission. He was like, "Hey, I'm here." We ran around.
You guys didn't ask me to do that.
I wish I could have played too, but I was busy this weekend with family. So, all right, and that's what we achieved this week. Guys, we have a special guest this week, independent wrestler, member of the Submission Squad, at Pistol Danger on Twitter, Mr. Evan Gelistico. How are you, Evan?
I am good. Just a real quick, it's at Pistol_Danger. Pistol Danger is a whole nother dude. He's a real asshole.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
He's a huge asshole. So
everybody go to
Danger.
Everybody go to Pistol Danger and just rip him a new asshole.
No.
Yeah, just fuck that guy. Like, listen up, you goddamn cunt. Okay, just really let him have it.
All right, so you're a friend of the Indie Mayhem show, and you're a friend of the Wrestling Mayhem show, and now you're a friend of our show, which is Boss Battle. We talk about video games. So how did you get into video games?
As a kid, I got a Nintendo, and it was all over from there. I loved it. I was a big. I really didn't like Mario. I was more of a Duck Hunt kid because to me, like Mario, I just it's weird because now I'm a huge a Nintendo fanboy. But like Mario was boring because I just sat there and I pressed buttons. Where with Duck Hunt, like I'd move and I would literally move around. Like I wouldn't just sit there and stand still and shoot. Like I'd roll and shoot. Like I held the gun sideways before it was cool.
Nice. I ran up to the TV and just shot as close as I could.
Yeah, like I did that when I would get higher in the levels, I guess. But like in the early levels, when it's like one duck and he just stands there and looks at you and like he's got like the sign that says please shoot me. Like I'm all over the place. I'm like a goddamn little ninja.
Nice. What are you playing now, basically?
I'm in between 3 games right now. First game is Pokemon X on my Game Boy, 3DS. I call it a Game Boy. It's a 3DS, but I'm just an old man, so it's easier to just call it a Game Boy, right?
It'll always be a Game Boy.
Yeah, anything Nintendo does, it's handheld, is a Game Boy. It just doesn't make sense to call it anything else. Because I finally told myself after all these years of playing Pokemon and skipping like a generation or two, I'm gonna do the Pokedex. I've committed to it. I'm working on it. I have friends helping me do it. I have Big Blue Ant and a couple other friends on Twitter helping me. And if I could access my Twitter account, I would say their names, but I can't. Paul is one of them, and he's helping me, and that's awesome. The second game I'm playing is my friends committed me over to the PC Master Race because Steam is amazing, and I'm a core independent wrestler, so Steam is perfect for me. So I can just buy games for like $2. So I'm in the middle of Arkham Origins, which is super fun, and like I'm reading all these negative reviews about it. and it's not bad at all. Like, it doesn't add anything to the, like, anything new to the gameplay, but, like, it's not a bad game.
Yeah,
and I like
have,
the way they go on.
I have that too, but I have an unopened copy, so I'm gonna have to pick that up and open it up and play it.
Yeah, like, it adds nothing new. Like, all the gadgets are pretty much the same, but, like, it's just a fun story. Like, the way they do, like, well, I don't want to say anything because it might be a spoiler. Yeah. And I just spoiled ACH on One Piece, and I feel like an asshole for that. So,
no.
I know. I feel like I hate being a spoiler because I hate it when I'm spoiled. Yeah. I get mad when I'm spoiled. It's like, what a fucking asshole you are. Like, shut the fuck up. So that, and then whenever my friends and I are together, we of course play the new hotness, Mario Kart.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get to play Mario Kart 8.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. After more play, it is visually gorgeous. But I'm not sure it beats Double Dash as my favorite Mario Kart.
Nice. Thank you.
Really?
I keep trying to tell them that.
You're on the Double Dash?
I keep trying to tell everybody that, but they won't listen.
Why not? What the fuck's wrong with these people? Like, Double Dash,
it's the best.
It takes the kart racing series, like all of it, and like it adds just a whole new level to it, and adds like another person. Like, I love Double Dash.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the greatest Mario Kart game ever is always going to be the original.
No.
Hands down.
No.
For nostalgic purposes, I agree with Chachi, but 64, and the Mario Kart 64 is probably the best for me.
I think Mario Kart 64 has some of the best levels, and that they've redone as the series has gone on. But Double Dash just adds so much that, like, everybody now, like, you play a Mario Kart, you've played any kart game, like, really. Like, my friend Andre is a huge Sonic Racing fan. Like, he loves that game. And I only like it because I can play as Danica Patrick, because what the fuck is she in that game? Right? Like, I just play exclusively as her. Like, you want to play as Wreck-It Ralph? I'm like, no.
I just want them to add Danica Patrick into the Sonic universe now, like the show and everything.
Yeah, like, you know, Sonic and Knuckles are fighting over the last Emerald Gem, and like one of them reaches for it, and like Danica Patrick just slaps their hand away, like, none for you, midgets. I'm a fucking actual human being, and just grabs it.
Oh man, awesome!
Oh.
All right, so Chachi, you want to take us around the net real quick?
Sure. Video game themed things from around the internet.
Net.
Runners up this week. The Final Fantasy XIV players put on a virtual gay pride parade. Apparently, same-sex couples in the game are allowed now, and so they celebrated by gathering together as gay characters.
Oh.
So
I do love like on the comments there's this picture down here that says, "Oh, you've never played this Final Fantasy then," and there's a very interestingly dressed player. So
this one is strictly for Sorg, but it's Angry Bird Transformer toys.
Oh, I thought you're still talking about the Final Fantasy one.
Totally fucking necessary. Jesus Christ.
They look like upgraded Transformer, like Happy Meal toys.
I'm completely in on this. I'm sorry. You guys can hate on the Transformers Angry Birds crossover, but I am a fan of both of them. I am going to be all over this. I might pick up some of the toys. I'm on it. I'm completely on top of it.
Do you guys remember the...
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm going to cut in here. Everybody be quiet. I'm your guest. I completely agree with you, Sorg. When M&M's and Star Wars combined, I was fucking ape shit. Like,
yeah.
You know?
I mean, like,
so I can't hate.
I mean, I own an Optimus Prime potato head.
Wow.
I mean, really. What's up?
Remember that time that Bobby said that Angry Birds was the worst game ever?
Yeah, I still hate Bobby for that. Bobby.
All right, so
you put words into my mouth.
Into the main items. First up, there's this guy on YouTube who has an account by the name of SquidPhysics. He does the themes of popular shows, games, and movies by himself. Every instrument.
Nice.
The one I posted in is Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, he's playing a kazoo.
Yeah, and he plays everything and mixes it all together into one video.
So he's like the mystery guitar man of video game /
Yeah,
pop culture music things. Only he does it. This guy does it a lot better than Mystery Guitar Man.
yeah, he is amazingly good at it. He has Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot, and a bunch of others that he just does. My favorite part is that all of his string instruments are exactly the same color.
Nice.
So I found that interesting.
Matching
He got a deal on all the string instruments as long as he bought.
You went to Costco and got the value pack.
Yeah. Next up, a band from LA called No released a new music video in which they did the entire thing using Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nice.
Impressive.
A custom character walking around while they play the music. Sometimes it looks like he's actually singing the song, not always. But it's actually quite genius because it's the only way you can make a music video of this caliber for extremely cheap.
Yeah.
And at one point, someone runs up and just punches him in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anybody else does this, they will be shot in minutes.
Yeah. So
He almost got hit by a police car.
yeah, I mean, everything's going on around him as he's just walking around. There's explosions, murders, helicopter crashing.
Oh, Jesus.
That guy just got punched him in the face. That's
Yeah.
what we were laughing at.
Yeah, it's amazing.
There's a helicopter crashing behind him into a train. That's great.
So, I mean, I don't even know how much a music video like that would cost.
Give that band the $10,000.
Yeah,
but,
they crashed a helicopter.
I know.
So
They did it for the cheapest way possible.
I mean, that's pretty cool because I didn't know that Machinima with the new GTA was so good. Like, are the tools there for that? Like, do they have them built in pretty well? So
I'm guessing they use like a capture card.
yeah, well, of course. They have to capture it off of the Xbox, but it's only
Right.
on the Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's not on like a PC yet, right? That they
No,
can do
so-
some fun hacky
No.
things. So
Not till
Yeah.
next gen.
I would like to know how much raw footage they have.
There has to be a blooper reel somewhere coming.
Yeah,
yeah.
of him
Like-
like just running into a car like once every 30 seconds.
Just a loop of that guy coming up and punching him multiple times.
Yeah. But so I mean, check it out. It's 4 minutes and 27 seconds long. Definitely worth it, even if you don't like the song.
Oh yeah.
So and last but not least, Rizz actually sent me the first video from
Hey,
the
Chachi,
series.
did you
Yeah.
know when hedgehogs run really fast, they poop?
I did not know
That's what
that
I
until
learned.
this video. There's a group on once again on YouTube, Animation Domination High Def, which abbreviated is ADHD, and that's what they go by.
Mm-hmm.
Does a series called Scientifically Accurate, and it takes a popular pop culture and sings a
And
theme
there goes
song
people.
for it and puts actual science into it.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, SpongeBob, and the two. That's right. I put 2 of these videos in because they're fucking hilarious.
Chachi, you're welcome.
I watched
Yes,
the
thank you,
Sonic
Rizz.
one. I watched the Sonic one, and I am changed forever.
But yeah, the 2 I put in is Scientifically Accurate Sonic the Hedgehog. Excuse me, and bonus Scientifically Accurate Pokemon. They're not very long, and I've watched the Sonic one probably 5 times now, and the Pokemon one I watched 3 times straight through.
Mm-hmm.
They are definitely entertaining, and you will laugh.
Awesome. I'll have to check them out.
Nice.
Yeah, if you don't laugh, you don't have a soul.
He's trying to put the
Oh,
he's
wow.
trying to put the whale in a Pokeball.
Mighty claim.
Jeez.
I can flat out say that if you don't laugh at either of these videos, you don't have a soul.
Jeez.
What if you just laugh at one? Do you have half a soul?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. Half a soul per video.
Okay.
But it
Bargain souls.
you'll end up laughing because I mean, the Knuckles part of the Sonic video alone, I just lost it.
What isn't it, China?
Yeah, well, apparently it's the only animal that has a four-headed dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
Right. So on that note, this has been this week's edition of Video Game Themed Things from Around the Internet.
Net.
All right. Now, other than that last fact, here are some things you should be made aware of. We're going to start out with some news bits here. Guys, Assassin's Creed, there was a new trailer released today. And there is a lady amongst the assassins here. Her name is Elise, and she's a new character. She's actually a Templar, but she'll be working with Arno, who is the assassin in Assassin's Creed Unity.
Okay.
They finally added a lady into Assassin's Creed Unity, which was good to hear.
No, she was probably already there.
Yeah. But will they allow a female assassin to play as yet?
I think that's interesting because we were watching have you guys seen the French Assassin's Creed parkour video?
Yeah.
Where there's 4 of them. And I didn't notice, but Missy noticed that one of them was a lady.
Oh.
So.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess they went back on their
Okay.
thing.
All right, here's my thing.
Okay.
All right. They did an entire Assassin's Creed game based upon women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shut up. All right?
Get over it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand being pissed off if the series completely leaves out a playable woman character, okay? But they didn't. There's an entire game.
And they still have some time yet, too.
Yeah.
Where you run around as a woman.
Yeah.
Now, I'm all for playable main women characters. But at some point, you're just getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus, if it's multiplayer, there's probably character creation. Just throw on a big-breasted man, all right?
they found their jiggly physics. They were just they lent it out to what's the beach volleyball game?
DOA beach volleyball.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive beach volleyball. Yeah.
Yeah. Jiggly physics.
I would like to point out, since you're talking about trailers, if you haven't watched the Rob Zombie
I've heard about
Assassin's
that.
Creed
I
trailer,
started watching that.
watch
very
it.
violent.
It is very violent. It's Rob Zombie.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't watch it at work.
He made
Oh,
it.
God.
Tide
Who would be at work?
Violent. Or laundry detergent.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And the animation in it is well done. It's by a well-known artist that I was unaware of.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely check it out.
Cool. All right, another thing we have is Walking Dead by Telltale announced Season 3 already, even though they're not done putting out Season 2 yet.
Nice.
So that's good that they're keeping on with that series. And finally, in our news bits, Maise Williams was announced to be in the lead for the running for Ellie in the Last of Us movie. So that's awesome to hear if you're a big Game of Thrones fan.
That is Arya Stark, if you're
she plays Arya Stark on Game of Thrones, and that's awesome news because she is great on Game of Thrones. I can only imagine what it's going to be like if she's in the Last of Us movie. So, all right,
awesome. Go ahead.
Hold on, before we move on.
Okay.
Apparently, in the live broadcast of the Last of Us live reading that they broadcasted yesterday, they gave away the ending.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it because I haven't finished it yet.
Well, no, they also did an epilogue.
Yeah, I heard they did an epilogue.
They said that they couldn't record. People recorded it anyhow because I mean it was there.
Yeah, they did an alternate ending, and they said the movie might have like an alternate ending too. But they said they're going to try to stay away from that. So, all right, Chachi, I think you reviewed some mobile games, and one of them was really good, and the other one was not so much, and there was one in the middle there. So
yeah, it was really funny. Like, I sat down to review these games. Well, first off, all right, so every week I review a game, I play the crap out of that game, and then I find the next game and I play. And normally the games are in depth and they take a while. That's why I only get through one. Well, this week it seemed like every time I picked a game, it was either that horrible or that simple. And so I blew through 3 different games to review this week, and I'm like, well, I played them, I might as well review them. So yeah, you got one shitty, and I mean absolutely shitty game, one medium game, and one, quite frankly, amazing game. So in order, Aldo's World,
Yay.
no longer available.
Oh.
You can't. Yeah,
Why?
this game was pulled.
Wow.
I'm guessing Nintendo found out about it.
Probably,
Okay.
because it looked like Mario.
Yep, Flappy Bird
Yeah,
made
because it is flat out a Mario ripoff.
Wow.
Like, they didn't even bother to create new monsters. It is horrible. You look at him, he is Mario without a hat.
Wow.
And
Something.
yeah, and it's not even that
Mario.
good. Like, the controls in the game were horrible. And just the programming in general was terrible. Like, they would have spiky shelled beasts that you could jump on.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
The only way you could die from an enemy in this game is to run head on into it.
And Aldo had a slight German accent. It is me, Aldo.
But yeah, I went to
That's a
review
horrible
it.
German accent. But
I went online to find out what platforms it was on and found out that it was pulled, and the only way you can get it is if you download the APK file and install it on your Android.
Oh, wow.
Which you shouldn't even waste the
Yeah.
time to do, because
Don't
after uninstalling it, I found out that this is the reason my battery kept draining so quick. So it was doing something in the background.
that horrible game.
Yeah,
It's probably sending all your contacts up to some server.
Yeah, probably.
You're you're
Um,
done. Watch your credit card.
we have a policy on reviews where nothing normally gets a lower than a 1.
Mm-hmm.
I gave this a 0.
Wow.
That's oof.
Whoa.
So yeah, it is
hold
that
on for a minute.
bad.
This is the same. This is the same Chachi who gave whatever Kim Kardashian pulled out a 1 out of
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, wow.
Wow,
Baby
you're
Chachi.
And you're not even calling that a game.
I know.
And you don't even call that a game.
It was better than
No.
this. I found a game that was worse than the Kim Kardashian game.
Wow.
Kanye said I get a gold star because I got one gold coin from you in your review.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is a game called Two Dots. Two Dots is a simple 3-item match game. Connect 3 or more dots, score points, blah, blah, blah. The graphics are simplistic. There was no real standout about this game. So, I mean, I give it a 3 out of 5. It
like
wasn't
the
a
other
bad
game
game.
called
What's that?
Dots? Is it like the other game called Dots?
Yeah, but worse.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a good game. I just didn't see a need for it to be still on my phone.
Okay.
So 3 out of 5. And then the last game I reviewed is a game that Sorg told me to pick up, called Blek.
Yes.
Blek is an artistic puzzle game. It's more than just another simplistic game. It is at times an extremely difficult game to play. You will get pissed off at this game. You'll turn it off. You'll go do something else, and the next thing you know, if you find yourself in a downtime, you'll turn this game back on and start playing it again.
So
Yeah.
it's the Dark Souls of mobile games.
Yes. I mean, simply, what you do is you draw patterns or
So
lines
Sorg won't like
to collect all of the colored dots and avoid the black dots.
That's,
So I mean, it's not easy. It's not a graphic intense game, but they did spend enough time on it that you can tell they spent time on the graphics.
It looks
And,
smooth.
Yeah, it is. For what it is, it's simply amazing. And the sounds are only there to accent the gameplay. There's no like background music. It's all just sound effects. So I mean, it doesn't get annoying. This game does cost money. It's $2.99 in Android. I don't know what it is on iPhone.
I think it's roughly the same thing.
Okay. Definitely worth the money. Perfect score, 5 out of 5, and it's the only one of the 3 that's still on my phone.
Nice.
Wow.
And it's not sending your data to the Brussels sprout kingdom or wherever that was.
Yeah.
In that other game.
It's actually it
yeah,
looks like
awesome.
It's currently 99 cents on iPhone actually. So if you want to
Wow.
No, so
oh
I
no
can go
wait
pick it
no
up
I'm
now.
sorry it's $2.99. That was it
Okay.
must have been on sale.
Not nice.
Ooh.
So
That's
but that's like the Monument Valley like I don't think there's any in-app purchases with this one. So
No,
like,
there's not.
That's it. You
There's
get it. You paid your
nothing
$2.99.
possible for you to buy.
What's that?
I said there's nothing possible for you to buy.
You could buy more dots.
I'm gonna buy a red dot.
No.
Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
gotta. Yeah.
All right. Rizz, you want to tell us about how Valve might have been ahead of its time? Before its time?
All right. So in '96, when Valve first started, they had 2 projects they were working on. One was called Quiver, and the other was called Prospero. They canceled Prospero and changed Quiver to what is now best known as Half-Life. But now more information has been brought up with Prospero due to the database, the Valve Time database that Valve is excellently doing. If you haven't checked out Valve Time database, it is just a video of them explaining different levels or games, or like this one, former games that didn't exist. But this game in 1996, just pointing that out there, this game was already using a Steam-like engine.
Hmm.
It was going to use the Steam engine for their levels. It was going to use a create a level sort of system where you can buy other people's levels and put it in your game.
And now at the time, Half-Life actually was released with the Quake or Quake 2 engine, I believe.
Yeah, and this game was supposed to be one of the top games in Valve. Even in 2006, this is how big it was. Abe was going to release Prospero after he was done with Team Fortress 2. And we all know about Gabe Newell's love affair with the number 3. He probably didn't even come close to doing that. But the stuff that came out of 1996 Prospero Alpha 1.0001, by the way, that's just something I made up, is something that now can be looked at as one of the revolutionaries in what is now known as Steam. If you want to check out the entire video, go on to insertcointobegin.com. It is amazing to see how far they've gone with. Well, first, notice on the picture that I posted if you go to the main page, the little tattoo on that lady's arm. Half-Life.
They're playing,
Oh,
boss.
okay.
It is the Lambda. It is the Lambda from the Half-Life series. And they went back and said it wasn't supposed to be this big symbol for Half-Life. It was supposed to be just a tattoo, but it was more. But the guy who created Half-Life loved it so much, he's putting it in everything he put in Half-Life. But again, if you want to check out my take on Valve and Prospero and the Librarian, please check out InsertCoinToBegin.com. It's kind of pretty freaking cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Sounds like it was ahead of its
Bobby?
time. All right, we're our final battle question this week has something to do with EA's new service they announced today. They are having a subscription service on Xbox One. I don't know if it's on PS4 yet, but they said that it's gonna be kind of like Netflix, $4.99 a month. You can play all the games that they have up there, or that they're going to have up there, like FIFA 14, Peggle 2, Battlefield 4, Madden 25. And they said that you're going to have access to the full games on some of their older titles, and even early sneak peeks at future titles. Titanfall isn't going to be one of them, they said, though. But it seems like a cool idea. They said, and they have no plans to remove content from it. So what do you guys think of this? Would you subscribe to a subscription service to play games? And if you would, what company would you subscribe to?
Well, aren't they talk about?
I did this.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rizz.
Go ahead, Bob.
Oh,
go ahead, Sorg.
I feel like weren't they talking about maybe doing this like with the PlayStation Plus situation, and of course,
they have a thing coming up.
Yeah,
like
yeah, and I could see that happening. And like, I would wonder if like Steam would do something like this too, right? Like, and I feel like more and more we have our WWE networks, and we have our Netflix, and we have our Hulu's, and all of our all you can eat packages. That's kind of how we want to consume things, right? I think it makes sense for video games. You know, if you're more of a sampler, especially.
I'm talking like individual companies, though. Would you subscribe to like a Ubisoft one, a Take-Two one,
absolutely,
something like that?
I would love. Wouldn't it be great if Nintendo had one?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I did that in 1993 when it was called Sega.
No,
oh, the guy with the Sega channel.
I got Sega channel.
You bought the
By
Sega
the way, Chad the Shad has
Funny.
arrived here in the studio for the Wrestling Mayhem show, and he says he had the Sega channel as well. You lucky bastards.
Yes.
I would pay for EA.
Okay.
I would pay for Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
I pay for Take-Two.
Ubisoft, yes. Or actually, I'd be less likely to pay for Ubisoft, considering that I buy 90% of their games anyhow. I don't need Ubisoft because Ubisoft does a good enough job of selling me on their series.
Right. What about you, Evan?
Right.
If it was Capcom and they included all their old arcade titles,
yes.
I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Playing the Punisher, Bucky O'Hare, the arcade game. Fuck yeah. Aliens versus Predators, the arcade.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Because we can get anything we want. Like, you played FIFA 14. Guess what? It's the same fucking thing as FIFA 13, just an updated roster, right? But you can't get all those old arcade games.
Realistic
come
yellow
on.
Cards. They've added realistic yellow cards, though.
Oh, God. Everybody stop.
I think I would be more likely to pay for a company like EA, considering that I don't buy most of EA's games anyhow.
Yeah, that's another thing, too.
But I mean, at $4.99 a month, I would be more likely to go out and be like, oh, well, I can get this and play all these games that I thought about buying but don't really want to spend the money on.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean...
But in the...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, in the same sense, if they're not going to put Titanfall in there and they're going to limit what they do, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
You want me to pay for this, but then you don't want to give everything. Yeah. That'd be like, all right, let's say the WWE network, okay, you get all the pay-per-views, just not the last 10 years worth. Or just not the new ones. If you're going to do a network, you go all out. You go balls deep. Mm-hmm. Anything less, unacceptable.
Well,
Like
Mhm.
Hulk Hogan just
I said that
retweeted.
I'd be willing to pay for it is because games like Madden and NHL, I go back and forth on buying anyhow.
Mm.
And then I end up not buying it because I'm just like, I have 13.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the roster. But I mean, yeah, you're right. You go balls deep. But ultimately, you go balls deep. But I'm just saying, at $5 a
Yeah.
month, you're not really going to notice it missing.
Yeah. And I
True.
think
Well,
looking at.
how-
Oh, go ahead, Evan.
I was gonna say, like, how would you feel about like if they just created like a base football game, and then instead of Madden 15 coming out, it's the Madden 15 update where you just got updated rosters and shit.
Kinda
Instead
like-
of buying a whole new game, you pay $20 and you get like all new rosters and whoever has been added.
It's kind of like what they're doing with Magic now, right? Like the
Right.
2015 update.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be a great idea. I think people would love
I
that.
didn't,
Oh,
I
that
didn't
would
think
be-
that would be a reference you guys would get.
Yeah,
So,
that-
yeah, fair enough.
That would be the greatest development in EA's history. But they're not going to do it because then they're missing out on $60 a pop.
Yeah, but they're looking at. I think this is more. I look at this like I look at Netflix. You're not, although you're getting more and more these days, but you're not going to get the first run, just came out on DVD or whatever movies on Netflix, right? But there's a lot of discovery there of, oh, I didn't even think to try that movie or show out, right? Like I'm freaking watching mixology on that thing, right? Maybe I'll stumble on Battlefield I never played before because like, it's just part of the thing. Why not? And now, and if you do it that way, and it is last year's games, now you're like, oh, wow, that Battlefield was really good. I never played any of them before, and now I'm going to pick up 5 or whatever comes next, right? Because I'm like, I had an opportunity to get into one of them, and I want to pick it up from there. I think this is like a jumping on point, for them. And again, we'll see what it plays with, like how new of games they do. Like Marvel Unlimited, I subscribe to for $10 a month, right? Already pays for itself. The issues come in like 6 months later. But that's fine. I'm catching up. I'm cool with not getting it right when it comes out, and I can still follow storylines and everything. I think this is that kind of not the premiere thing, but I can experiment, and I'm playing games anyways. I buy them when they're $2, like Steam and stuff too. I just picked up Batman Origins, and I haven't even finished City yet.
Yeah, if I can jump in real quick, the Marvel Unlimited, I just got it. Like when you sign up for it, if you do it if you go for the 1 month, and instead of $10, if you put in like SDCC 2014, it's $1 for the first month.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just signed up for it. I've read through all the Superior Spider-Man, almost completely put up.
Nice.
Fuck worth spent. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like, oh fuck, that was the GameFly. Don't we have something like this called GameFly almost?
Yeah.
Like for the same amount but you get the full game. I guess you don't have access to everything
by mail
in a moment, but
and they do have an online version of GameFly for PC. It seems, and there's been other ones like that that'll like kind of do a streaming thing. I think OnLive had a subscription service as well. That was that's the streaming video game kind of service. I mean, so we have this, but of course, I guess the big news is this is a provider, a developer themselves, a publisher themselves doing this, and that's kind of exciting. But now I think you're going to have all these choices come out. But that's the greatest thing to make you a fan of the brand and not just the individual games. Like we can say, like Chachi, I like Ubisoft games, so I'll go all in on that.
Didn't we hate Origins before?
Yeah.
Yes, Origin's not good. It's just not a good service.
I just signed up for The Sims.
Exactly. Like we're stuck with it because we play some of the games like on our iPhones and stuff, and they're like, "Well, you got to sign in with this." It's like, "Oh, right." Who's used their Ubisoft Uplay account?
I have.
For anything worthwhile?
It's just online play.
Only when I play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly.
If you play online, you get exclusive items to use in the game.
Okay.
Like there's cars and Watch Dogs that you can unlock. If you play, you play. It's basically their way of tracking you.
Okay.
Essentially, they never give away anything huge. But I mean, sometimes I'll hop on there. Yeah, they just want to know how you are at playing their game. I'm waiting for them to send me my award because I conquer their games in matters of days.
My client Chachi conquered.
I think when the next Assassin's Creed game comes out, I'm not gonna take off work.
And actually play it like a normal person?
I want it to last longer.
Okay.
I mean, because last year when I took off for Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty to use up my vacation time, I was really, really sad when I got to the end of that Assassin's Creed game by the time Call of Duty came out.
Mm-hmm.
It came out 7 days apart. All right. I was rather sad.
I'm still experiencing Assassin's Creed 3, so,
Yeah, me too. I haven't beaten that one yet either, but I never finished games, but that's a different story for a different time.
Yeah.
So
I think the last game I took off for was Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because that's a game you can beat and you can just keep going.
Yeah.
I think the next game I'm going to take off for is Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, nice. I can't. I'm probably gonna get that on 3DS or Game Boy, as we called it earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on Game Boy, clearly.
3D Game Boy.
And eventually I'll break down and get a Wii U because I fucking love that thing. Just playing it at my friend's house.
It is amazing.
Yeah, they
thought
went
I was
back at E3, so good for them. All right, that's
dude.
Go ahead.
To me, they won E3 100%.
Oh,
I was
so
gonna say I went every year I go to Minnesota at the 4th of July weekend for a big nerd con, is what I call it. But basically it's an amalgamation of all fandoms coming together for essentially with a giant hotel party. We drink, we do whatever, and have a good time. I saw plenty of people just off to the side later at the nights, drinking and then playing Wii U, just plugged in the fucking console and then played with their pad.
Nice.
That's awesome. How many fucking systems can you do that for? Well, none, because I have to have my Xbox at home hooked up to my TV, same with the PlayStation. Nintendo, fuck that. We gave you a tablet to play with it too.
You have to have one of those fancy. You have to have Chris Hardwick money and get one of those fancy briefcases he carries around with his Xbox in it.
Oh, dude, I saw. Dude, when I got to interview AJ Styles, he was playing his Xbox with the fold up with the screen in it, the LCD and everything. It was pretty sweet.
Wow.
I think it was still an Xbox 360 though. So that's that TNA money for you.
We all don't have AJ Styles money, so
no, we don't have AJ Styles money.
Well, now he's getting that New Japan money, so he's doing all right.
Oh yeah.
In case you're curious, that company is called Games, GAEMS.
Yeah.
And they make they're starting to make 26-inch TVs inside of those cases.
Oh jeez.
Nice.
Wow.
Check that on a
That's
plane.
insane.
That's
All right.
impressive.
All right, that's going to do it for us this week. We want to thank our special guest, Evan Gelistico, or at @pistol_danger on Twitter.
Hey.
You can follow him, or you can follow us on Twitter on @InsertCoinTV. You can visit us at insertcointobegin.com. New articles going up daily. And you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. Another special thanks to Michael Allen at Mike Allen PR for helping us with notes and tweets all night. For @Sorgatron, @the Rizz, @Chachi Says, I'm @BobbyFJ. Game over.